Hi everybody, Norma here from Crafted by Norma. Today I thought I'd show you how I've gone and done some little tiny mini clusters, the tags. A friend of mine I went to see the other day, and she passed me some pages out of an antiques collector's index, and there's all sorts of images here of all sorts of antiques and things, and I was quite inspired to make some clusters again, but this time I thought I'd make them into little tags. As you can see here, the one thing I'm quite enjoying doing at the moment is on my journals is having dangly things, so I thought I'd try and make some of these little mini tags using the way I've gone and done my clusters. Now for these it's quite easy to make. I've just gone and used some old book to make some. Let me just shift these out of the way. There we go. An old book that I'm going to just rip into small little pieces. This paper is quite fine. It's nice and easy to rip up. So I'm just going to tear down here like so, and just make these into smaller little pieces ready to use. Do some long thin ones as well. The hardest thing I've found is trying to keep them small, because they are supposed to be mini tags. So that's what I found the hardest thing to do, was to try and keep everything small, within a sort of like inch square was what I was really after. Some of them I've been quite successful with, and the others I haven't. They've got a bit larger. So I've got a little group there of papers ready for the backing, as you can see on there. Just gives it another little bit of dimension. So I've got those ready. The next thing I used was a paper bag from my local bakery store. So I've just used the backing bit. So what I've basically gone and done is cut it down into a smaller piece, like so, and then just cut off strips with my tear ruler, just stripped it off into thin strips. You don't have to have a tear ruler, you can just go along and rip it down. And then once you've got it ripped down into sort of an 1.5 inch strip, it's just cutting them into little tiny pieces like so, and having a little pile of those at the same time to use. So we've got those. So we've got a little pile of strips of paper bag. You don't have to use paper bag. You can use any of the bits and pieces that you've got available to you, to be honest. The next, I've gone and used some of the strips. I quite like these strips because they give a little bit of texture. So they're sort of like photo strips. But these have come off. I pulled apart a book, and the book had these strips running along, and all I've gone and done is just cut down them and to make the strips, as you can see there. So that's quite easy. Just utilising the bits, and then once it's been cut off, you've got these strips of card. Now, one of the things that I did find when I first had a go at making these, you need to have some sort of stiff card to put the eyelet through, which I've gone and used because I've got this craft paper. I've taken the strips off, so all I've gone and done there is I've just tore off some strips, and then they're going to be my base where I'm going to put my eyelet. So we just need a little tiny group of those, like so. There we go. So we've got now 3 groups of paper. And the next thing we're going to want is the images. Now I've gone and used the images from the book, so thank you, Sue. Do appreciate you passing me these pages. And this is the whole reason why I'm doing this video, is because I was quite inspired to how to utilise those small images. So again, all I've gone and done is I've rip them down into smaller pieces, like so, and then some of them I've gone and utilised the distress inks, and I've just gone round and distressed the edges of these, just like so. And it's just to give it really another dimension, and for it to be a contrast to the work that the other pages, although I want them all to be a similar, what's the word I want? See, that's quite big, so I probably won't use that one if I'm honest. I've tried to use all the same sort of like vintagey look papers. I quite like the manila envelope colours, like so. And if you haven't got those images, it's not really an issue, because what you can do, you can use your dies. Now I've got a lovely selection of very, very mini steampunky style stamps that I've used. So all I've gone and done is got some cream coloured card and stamped them all up. And then once I've stamped them, I've just cut them down to size, like so, and gone round the edges again with some distress inks. So very simple, very easy to do. You just cut down, and obviously you'll have your own little mini stamps that you can utilise. So just cut them down to size. And again, I've had these stamps a while and didn't really know what to do with them because they were so small. So again, with Sue give me those pages from the book, it's inspired me to go in and look up, right, if you haven't got those images, what else could I have done? So this is where these little mini stamps have come in, and you can theme your stamps to go with your junk journal. At the moment I'm trying to work on a steampunk junk journal. It's coming along slowly. Enjoy doing it. It has been a bit of a challenge because it's slightly different to my norm, but I just thought I'd have some more sort of like dangly bits in to once you've actually opened it, it's got something else there to sort of look at. So we've got a little group now of images. I've got my groups of paper, and we can set off with the making of them. So first off, as I said before, you need to have a piece of stiff card. Obviously I've used this card because I had it left over, and I'm going to use some just some prick stick. Now you want this to be the centre of your little mini tag, because that's where you're going to put the eyelet. So bearing that in mind, I would normally hold that there, so I know that's where my eyelet's going to be. Put a little bit of prick stick on, and then we just start building up. So we've got a little piece of paper, making sure that the writing is the correct way up. That always helps. A small piece of the paper bag, and again you can rip it down to size as you feel fit. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of this edge in here. So again, just use the prick stick to stick it down where you want it to be stuck down. And then select an image that you want to use. So on this one I think I might use the feather because it's there. Okay, and we've got the feather there. Okay, so that's the first one ready to be sewn, and that's exactly all you do. You just build it up, utilising whatever scraps you've got, whichever way you want to use them, and just start building them up. You can use as many layers oh, excuse me, as many layers as you want, as many coloured papers or cards that you've got. You're just using the scraps that you've got left, really. Excuse, my voice seems to be going a bit croaky. There we go. And I was going to go in the garden today, but it's raining, which is sometimes can be quite annoying. So This time I'll stick one of the candelabras on. Okay, making sure that I've still got that card centre for where I want to put my eyelet. There we go. And you just keep building up. And it's quite a nice, relaxing thing to do. Well, I find it relaxing anyway. And don't overthink it. Just get all your bits ready and just build it up slowly. If you start overthinking, it's going to take you ages with, oh, I should have put that there. Is that piece of paper big enough? Just go for it. Just go for it. Because if you don't like it, what have you lost, really? Just a piece of card and a bit of sticky glue. There we go. And then I think I'll put that on there, I think. Okay. So you just keep building and building as you're going along. And obviously my other clusters were much bigger. Again, just to give sort of depth. So there is another video that I've done for that. Let's put that piece there, like so. This is getting a bit boring now, isn't it? I'm sure. So what I'll do now is I'll just put this last image on. I've got a key. I'll put a key on. This last image on, and I'm going to pause you for a minute while I just sew those up to show you the next stage. So just hang on one sec. Hi, right, I'm back. So what I've gone and done is sewn 2 straight lines through them all. Now to save on cotton, all I do is as I run them through, I just have the next one ready, and then all we've got to do then is just trim these cottons off, which is quite easy to do, like so. There we go. And any of the long pieces we can trim as we go. And they're now ready for the eyelets to be put in. So with my crocodile, which when I first heard about these, I thought it was called a crocodile, as in crocodile. Went on online and couldn't find it, and then realised it was crop. But a brilliant piece of kit. So I'm using the larger hole. It's got a small and a large hole. I'm just using the large hole and trying to go between the 2 bits of stitching. It doesn't matter if you don't, it's sometimes that it just can mean that your little thing stays there and would need just trimming stitching stops it from coming off. So you just have to trim it down so your eyelet can fit in. Whoops. Making sure that it's the right way around, and you've got that more sturdier piece of card at the top ready to take your eyelet. So here I've got my eyelets. So just pop them into the hole, like so. And then just get your crocodile, and you can see it's just got at the end there the mechanics to squash the eyelets in. Now there is different settings, you just got to find the right settings to suit your eyelets, so, because some of the eyelets are more fragile than others, and they come in different sizes. I find these ones are the best. I can't remember what the sizes are, to be honest, but you can get teeny tiny ones. Don't know whether you'll be able to see those or not, because they're ever so tiny. So there is various sizes that you can get, but because these are going to be tags as such, I want them to be quite sturdy, especially if you're going in and out of your journal and you're getting pulled and tugged, etc, etc. So there we go, and basically that's your little mini cluster tags made. And all I do now is either put some ribbon through, or the bulb clips that you can buy. These are quite handy because they've got the little curve there to hold the different pieces in, and you just pop those through the eyelets like so. So you've got bits of ribbon that you can put through, you've got string that you can put through, there's all sorts of bits and bobs that you can do. So that's how to make the little mini tag clusters. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you haven't already so you can catch the next videos that I do. And thank you, Sue, for giving me the inspiration to do this little project. You can also check me out on Instagram, my Etsy shop on my webpage, and it's Crafted by Norma. So thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.